Okay, here's a summarize hypothesis test for one population mean when sigma is known. So always sigma will be given. Always we are going to take the z-score for the test statistic. We are going to take a probability from the z-table. Okay? So it's very important. Later, we are going to take the t-score when sigma is unknown. But same procedures. It's almost the same. So let me summarize it's actually, we call this one is a z-test because we assumed we knew the sigma and we took the z-score as a test statistic. So it is the one mean z-test. There are some assumptions. Yeah, please. Yeah, the number 3, we assume the sigma is known. And the step number 1, state the hypothesis. The null hypothesis is always equal to, and we have 3 kinds of inequalities in alternative hypothesis. It's case by case. It's a two-tailed, it's not equal to, less than, left one, and greater than the right one. It is exactly the place where we got the p-value, where we got the probability. And additionally, the textbook gave us step 2, make sure what is the alpha. Okay? Yeah, I gave you the second step to get the test statistic, but the textbook add second step to determine the alpha. It's always the alpha will be given. So make sure what is the alpha, and then take the test statistic this way. Textbook gave us another approach. It's a critical value approach. Yeah, ignore it. I'm not going to use this one. Okay? We just take the p-value. We just take a probability from the z-table. It is the p-value approach. So we are going to take the p-value, the two-tailed, left one, right one, the left one, and the right one. And step 5 now is actually, I defined step 4, but yeah, we added step 2, the alpha, before. So now step 5 is a decision. When p-value is less than or equal to the alpha, then we are going to reject the null hypothesis. Otherwise means it's greater than alpha, then do not reject the null hypothesis. And finally, this one is a conclusion, interpretation. We are going to interpret. That is the last step, conclusion. So basically, the 6th step, we are going to apply the 6 steps again. Any idea? I'm sorry, any question? Okay, let me try. This is the price, the book price again. In 2005, the retail price was, the average retail price was 78.01. Now, we select 40 books. Sample mean is 81.44. It's absolutely more expensive than $78, right? But we want to test this price is really increased. There is it's about $3 difference. It's a little bit more than $3 difference. From 2005, it's more than 10 years. $3 more. Is it really increased? That is the claim, right? Absolutely, $81 is more than 78, but we want to test if it is really increased, is really more. So can you understand what is the claim? So now, step number 1. We state the hypothesis, the null one and alternative one. Always in the null, it's mu is equal to. Mu is equal to what? We had two averages, 78.01 and 81.44. Which one is the mu? 78.01. Thank you. 78.01 is the population mean. So let me copy the mu here and 78.01 there. And we had three choices. Not equal to, greater than, less than. Which one? How do you think? What?
It's going to be greater than 78.01, would it not?
Why greater than? What is the key? Increase. Yes, thank you. Increase. Greater than. Where do you expect the p-value? From the left tail, right tail? From the right tail. Thank you. Later. Step 2. Yeah, let me follow the textbook 6 steps. Can you see alpha? Alpha must be given. Can you see that?
1%.
In the middle, there's a significance level, 1%, 0.01. And now, step 3, take the test statistic, the z-score, which was the sample mean minus the mu0 sigma over square root of n. Who was the sample mean? 78.44 was the sample mean. Who was the mu0? The mu0 was in the hypothesis, population mean, the given population mean, 78.01. And now we need a sigma. Sigma is also given. Can you see the sigma? At the end, it was assumed 7.61 over square root of how many sampled? 40. We can take every single values one by one, plugged into the formula to get the test statistic, the z-score, please. It will be the z-score, as absolutely we need only 2 decimal places. I can expect positive, what? 2.85. Is it correct? 2.85. Okay, now, step 4, what? The next one will be the p-value from the standard normal distribution. From a standard normal distribution, mean was 0. The test statistic, z-score, was a 2.85. See, it was right-tailed. We need a right-tail probability. Why don't you give me the probability from the z-table? What is the probability at a z-score? 2.85. 2.8 and 5.
0.9978.
0.9978. It is
And then you get 1 minus.
left,
Yes, sir.
but we need right. What should I do? 1 minus 0.0022. That is the right tail probability. And it is the p-value. It is the p-value. Now, make the decision. How much was the alpha? Alpha was 1%. Now, p-value is 0.0022. Then now I can say the p-value is less than alpha. What will be the decision? Reject the null hypothesis. Reject the null hypothesis. Okay, now, last step, what? Interpretation. Conclusion. Just a second. Look at this. What was the decision? Reject the null statement. Very beginning, we had two statements. The null statement, alternative statement. Now, the decision was reject the null. What we have to choose? When we reject the null, in the very beginning, we had two choices. When I reject the null, then which one should I take? Alternative, thank you. Reject the null, then we have to take alternative hypothesis. What does it mean? Greater than 78.01. What does it mean? Does it increase or not? Increase. So how can you interpret? How can you make the conclusion? The last step. This one. This one is the interpretation, the conclusion. The mean retail price of all history books has increased, yes. Increased from 2005, from $78, 1 cent. $3, it is big enough to reject the null, to say yes. So basically, we have 6 steps. Please make sure what will be the conclusion, what will be the interpretation. So 6 steps. State the hypothesis, determine the alpha, significance level, test statistic, z-score, take a probability, p-value, make the decision, and conclusion. 6 steps.